We cannot live without oxygen. The oxygen we breathe helps our cells produce the energy that keeps us alive. Yet the same oxygen that sustains life can also give rise to highly reactive molecules capable of damaging our cells. These molecules are commonly known as reactive oxygen species. They appear in advertisements for skincare products, supplements, and so-called anti-aging foods. We are often told that reactive oxygen species accelerate aging, contribute to disease, and must be eliminated with antioxidants. But are they really nothing more than toxic substances produced inside the body? And if they are so harmful, why does the body keep producing them every moment of our lives? To answer those questions, we need to begin with the way our cells use oxygen. The food we eat does not become usable energy immediately. Carbohydrates, fats, and other nutrients must first be broken down through a series of chemical reactions. Inside our cells, structures called mitochondria use oxygen to help convert those nutrients into energy. Mitochondria are often described as the power plants of the cell. Much of the energy required to walk, think, maintain body temperature, and keep the heart beating is produced there. But the process of using oxygen to make energy is not perfectly controlled at every moment. Occasionally, oxygen is only partially reduced and is converted into more reactive forms. These oxygen-derived molecules are collectively called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. ROS is not the name of a single substance. It includes several chemically different molecules, such as superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, and the hydroxyl radical. At this point, we need to make an important distinction. Reactive oxygen species and free radicals are not exactly the same thing. A free radical is a molecule with an unpaired electron, which often makes it highly reactive. Some reactive oxygen species are free radicals. But hydrogen peroxide, for example, is classified as a reactive oxygen species, even though it is not itself a free radical. In everyday health information, the two terms are often used as, though they mean the same thing. Strictly speaking, however, reactive oxygen species is the broader category. Does this mean that ROS are merely accidental waste products, leaking from the mitochondria? No. Mitochondria are an important source, but reactive. Oxygen species are also produced by several enzyme systems and during inflammatory responses. External factors such as ultraviolet radiation, cigarette smoke, and air pollution can increase ROS production as well. More surprisingly, the body sometimes produces reactive oxygen species deliberately. When bacteria or other pathogens enter the body, certain immune cells generate ROS to help attack and destroy them. At carefully controlled levels, ROS also act as signaling molecules. They help cells detect changes in their environment, communicate, grow, adapt, and respond to injury. The temporary rise in ROS that occurs during exercise can also contribute to the signals that help the body adapt to physical activity. So, describing reactive oxygen species as unwanted poisons tells only half the story. They are byproducts of normal metabolism, but they are also tools the body uses for communication and defense. Of course, highly reactive molecules cannot be allowed to operate without control. The body has several systems that keep ROS within a manageable range. Among them are antioxidant enzymes such as superoxide, dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase. These enzymes work in sequence to convert reactive molecules into less reactive forms. Glutathione and other substances made within the body also take part in this defense system. Nutrients obtained from food can help the body maintain its antioxidant and repair mechanisms. But this system is not designed to eliminate every reactive oxygen species. Instead, it maintains a working balance. ROS, needed for signaling and defense, are allowed to perform their functions, while excessive amounts are controlled and the resulting damage is repaired. The important issue, therefore, is not whether reactive oxygen species exist. It is the balance between their production and removal, and between cellular damage and repair. When ROS production rises too far, or when the body's antioxidant and repair systems can no longer keep up, that balance begins to fail. This condition is called oxidative stress. If oxidative stress persists, reactive oxygen species can interact with the fats in cell membranes, proteins, and DNA, altering their structures and functions. But the presence of ROS does not automatically mean that the body is under oxidative stress. Reactive oxygen species are produced even during ordinary, healthy life, and the body is constantly regulating them. The issue cannot be reduced to whether the total amount is simply high or low. We must also ask where the ROS were produced, what type they are, how long they remain elevated, and whether the body can control them and repair the resulting damage. This is why the idea that all reactive oxygen species are harmful and should be removed as completely as possible does not match our current scientific understanding. Excessively suppressing ROS could also interfere with normal cell signaling, immune defense, and the body's adaptation to exercise. We live by using oxygen. As long as our cells use oxygen, the formation of reactive oxygen species cannot be completely avoided. This is not simply a flaw in the human body. It is part of the biological cost of producing energy with oxygen. Within that condition, the body continually produces, uses, controls, and removes reactive oxygen species. So the most useful question is not, how can we eliminate all reactive oxygen species? A more accurate question is, when do useful reactive oxygen species become oxidative stress that damages our cells? In the next episode, we will look more closely at how excessive ROS can affect cell membranes, proteins, and DNA, and how the body attempts to repair that damage. This is Body Well. Understanding the body is not about finding one more thing to fear. It is about learning how the body maintains balance.